Hey, what's up guys? What's up? Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about some of my Sephora VIB and VIB Rouge sale recommendations. Now, if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, basically every year, normally it's around the month of November, Sephora has a 20% off sale for their VIB and VIB Rouge members and a 15% off sale for their Beauty Insider members. I will put the exact sale dates down below, but I do know that Rouge members do get first access today. Today is when the sale starts, so good timing for my recommendations. I timed it out perfectly. I wanted to recommend some of my staples that I use all the time, but I'm also going to be recommending some new holiday releases that really caught my eye and that I'm really enjoying. If you do want even more recommendations, by the way, I did do this video, I think 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row, so I will link my past VIB sale recommendations down below. And please let me know if you plan on participating in the sale, and if you are, what you're going to be getting. I would love to know your shopping list. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, of course, if you're not subscribed already and you like to be part of the fam. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the recommendations because we got a lot to talk about. Okay, so let's first start off with my eyeshadow palette recommendations. Now, I really wanted to give you guys two like distinctive recommendations for this category, one being more of like a natural everyday palette that is like a great go-to if that's what you're looking for, and I also want to recommend something just a little bit more fun and has some like different colors in it. So first, starting off with the more neutral basic palette, this is the Tarte Clay Play. Now, if you've been around on my channel for the last little bit, then you probably know that I've been loving this probably ever since it came out. I honestly can't stop using it. It's one of my new go-to basic palettes. All the shades in here are matte, I believe, except for one. This one right over here is a little bit of like shimmer to it, so it works great as like a brow bone highlight. And you do have like a variety of undertones. You got some warm shades, some cool tone shades, so you do have like a little bit of everything. And of course, the three powders up here are actually face powders. You have like a deeper contour shade, a lighter contour shade, and then more of like a bronzing shade. But of course, these can also be used as eyeshadows. I honestly use them as eyeshadows all the time. I mean, it's a given that obviously I'm recommending this palette, so the quality of the eyeshadows are really great. They're very, very easy to work with, easy to blend. They're extremely pigmented and very just rich. Like, you don't need to build them up forever and ever in order to get a lot of payoff. This is also the palette that I always travel with because I know that it has all the basics that I need, and then I'll always just pack like a few lid shades to complement this palette. But overall, I think it's a really, really great one, and I definitely would highly recommend it. So if you have all the neutral palettes that you need in your life and you're looking for something that's a little bit more fun, or maybe you want to get somebody a really awesome eyeshadow palette as a gift, I really think that the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette is such an awesome option. First of all, let's just talk about this packaging. I mean, Kat Von D always makes the like coolest and like edgiest packaging. It's definitely not the most convenient. Like, I wouldn't go ahead and like travel with this because it's ginormous and it's just, you know, a really odd shape, but it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. Let me show you guys what is in here. I mean, look at these colors. When this first released, I wasn't like super excited about it. When I was seeing pictures of it online, it just didn't really intrigue me. But when I saw this in store, it honestly took my breath away. I think that the colors in here are so different from anything else that we've been seeing lately. It's definitely not your typical warm brown eyeshadow palette. You have some really awesome shades in here that are quite different and that you probably don't have in the other palettes that you already have in your collection, which is always really great, especially considering this is a bit of a pricier product. It's nice that you're not gonna have like a ton of repeats in this palette that you already have in the rest of your collection. So the palette actually has a lot of different finishes in here. You have the oh so famous Kat Von D metallics. Her metallics are honestly probably some of the best. Her mattes too, I also believe, are some of the best on the market. And you also have some softer, more satin shades in here as well. Let me just show you guys the color that sold me on this palette when I saw it in store. It was this one right over here called Relic. First of all, the actual texture of these eyeshadows are just so beyond like buttery. I know that is such an overused word in the makeup community, but it is the best way to describe how these eyeshadows actually feel. Are you guys ready for the swatch? You're probably not. Check this out. Oh. I mean, it is like liquid reflective gold. Nothing gets better than that. This is the bright blue called Ministry. absolutely stunning. Another shade that really sold me when I saw it in store was the shade Devil, which is this like amazing rusty orange shade that's also matte. These types of matte colors are not easy to make very smooth. How these apply not only as swatches, but obviously on the eyes, because that's the most important thing when you're, you know, trying to decide what eyeshadow palette to get. It really just works with you instead of working against you. And just overall, I think this is a beautiful palette for a gift, for yourself, for both. That's up to you. Definitely highly recommend this one. So around this time of year, Sephora does release a ton of different gift sets. They sort of range from makeup products to hair products, skincare, and I was browsing through all of the gift sets, and I swear I spent probably like 30 minutes just in that little section trying to like just figure out what I thought was not only the best value, but had the best like samples in them. These gift sets I think are not only great to give as gifts, but I also think it's a great way to try out just a lot of different products and see what you like. So the first set that I want to recommend is actually a styling spray collection, and what really caught my eye with this little set is that every single product in here I have tried and I have like rebought over and over and over again. So I was pretty excited to see that they had this because I know that every single one of these are really, really great products. And what really got me excited is actually how big these samples were, because I feel like these are really, really close to like the full size product. And also I think that if you travel a lot and you like to bring your hair care products with you, this is a great set to get because all of these are travel friendly. All of these sprays in here are all texturizing sprays. Now for me, a texturizing spray is such a must-have to have in like my hair care collection. I probably have like at least 7 of them just like sitting in my bathroom because it's what I use most on my hair when I want that like really beachy sort of like messy waved look. I will always spray some texturizing spray to give it that like piecey texture. These 3 in particular are actually my favorites and I've rebought them like multiple times. So I just think this is a really great set if you're looking for a nice hair care set that gives you a lot of like texture and volume. This is really awesome. Another set that really caught my eye is the Glow For It highlighting kit. This is basically just a set that has a bunch of different highlighters. What I really liked about this little kit is that I knew that all of the products in here were really awesome. And you've got some really great brands in here as well. You have Becca, Bobbi Brown, Cover FX, Tarte, Milk, Nude Sticks. I just think this is a really great set. If you are looking to try a ton of new highlighters, this will definitely give you a really nice taste. Now let's talk a little bit about blush. I actually have 2 blush products that I wanted to recommend to you guys. The first blush recommendation that I wanted to give to you guys are the new ones from Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever very recently just released this huge chic range that included blushes, highlighters, contour powders, and they all came in separate individual pans, and these are actually customizable palettes. So this is a palette of 3. They also have duo palettes, and of course you could also just put it in a single palette as well. Now there are a few reasons why I really want to recommend these Makeup Forever blushes. First of all, the color range is sort of insane. There is definitely a color for anybody. You have like a huge mix of like purples, pinks, oranges, neutrals, brighter shades as well. They're very soft and finely milled blushes, but they're not too soft that they become powdery and, you know, too intense on the cheeks, because sometimes when a blush is like too pigmented, that's not always a good thing. You also do have like a variety of finishes. They have matte shades, they also have satin and a little bit more like shimmery shades, and all of the textures are just perfect. They're everything that you would want them to be. And I also do really like the idea of being able to customize your own blush palette based on your own personal preferences. And the next blush product that I want to recommend is another one of the holiday releases, and this one is from Tarte. So this is what it looks like. It comes in this adorable packaging. What else would you expect from Tarte? And when you open up, you actually have quite a lot of product in here, and that's the reason why I think this is just such a great palette to pick up, because in this little kit you really do have all the blush shades that you could ever possibly need. You've got your pinks, your corals, and your more neutral shades. There's also a mix of matte and more shimmery blushes in here as well, and they also included 2 highlighters, one that's a little bit more of a champagne shade and one that is a little bit more on the pink side. Tarte does have also one of my favorite blush formulas, so it's always fun to be able to try so many blush shades in one little palette. So something that isn't holiday limited edition, I really wanted to give you guys the Jamie stamp of approval for these Lancome matte shakers and the Lancome juicy shakers. So even though these look sort of the same, they are completely different. So first, starting off with the juicy shakers. The juicy shakers are probably some of my favorite, most go-to everyday lip products. These are just so easy to wear, which is why I really love them, especially for everyday. They do give your lips like a little bit of a tint. Even the brighter juicy shakers definitely do not look as bright as they are in the actual packaging. They're also very glossy and just generally very, very flattering to wear. Now the matte shakers are probably like the complete opposite to the juicy shakers. They are actually matte and completely opaque. So the color that you see in the packaging is the color that you're gonna get on your lips. Now this is the matte lip product that I like to recommend to people who don't like matte lipsticks. I personally am not the biggest fan of matte lipsticks, even though I am wearing one on my lips right now. I really love the way that they look, but I don't love the way that they feel. And what's really nice about the matte shakers is that they give you a fairly matte look. I wouldn't say it's as matte as like a liquid lipstick, but they're like 90% matte, but they don't give you that very uncomfortable drying feeling, which is all that I could ever ask for. They're also fairly long wearing and they leave a bit of a stain on your lips. So even when they do start to fade off, they never look weird because it does leave a little bit of color underneath the lipstick. And that is why I love these and would definitely highly recommend them. This is the Bite Beauty, the Perfect Bite Lipstick Set. Now, Bite Beauty lipsticks are by far, like 100% my all-time favorite lipstick formula. They are creamy. They are so pigmented, they're so comfortable to wear, and they come in the most amazing colors. They literally have like any color you could possibly imagine. So this little set contains 4 mini Bite lipsticks, and these shades are genuinely some of my all-time favorite shades from the collection. So there's 4 shades, 2 nudes, 1 more like dark pinky shade, and then a really beautiful bright red. The first nude is Honeycomb. This is like a classic. This is one of their best nude shades in my opinion. It is like the most perfect, just neutral nude. It has a bit of like a peachier undertone. Then you've got Sugarcane, which is a beautiful soft pink nude. Then you've got Rhubarb, which is a deep mauve. And then one of my favorites, you have Cayenne, and this is such a pretty, like perfect red. It's a little bit brighter, and I think this is a great shade for the holidays. So if you've been wanting to try Bite lipsticks, this is a really awesome set to get because it does give you like a wide range of colors to try, which I think is cool. Next, let's talk a little bit about nude sticks. I could probably have a whole video just on my nude sticks recommendations, but I've narrowed it down to, I guess, 2 different products. This is the Nude Sticks Babe Boss Lip Box. So this is a set that contains 6 different shades that 6 different influencers created themselves, and it's all in the magnetic matte lip formula. First of all, I love the variety of shades in here. I love the nudes, I love the deeper shades. Freckles, one of my faves, of course. Samantha created it, and it is like the most beautiful, like rusty deep red, and I absolutely adore it. I actually wear it all the time. I just wore it the other night. If you're not familiar with the magnetic matte formula from Nude Sticks, it's basically like a liquid lipstick but in a crayon lipstick form. They are extremely long wearing, they will last throughout eating, and they're also very, very matte, but they're not as drying as a liquid lipstick would be. And the formula actually allows you to not only use it on your lips, but you could also use these shades on your eyes as like a base for eyeshadow, or even just for like a smoky eye. You could like put it on and blend it out. It works really, really well. It's a little like tip for you guys. So I have some single eye products that I wanted to talk about. The first ones are also from Nude Sticks. I wanted to quickly mention these because I think that they're so great. These are the magnetic matte eye colors. So these are basically just matte jumbo eye pencils. I love using these when I'm in a rush and I want to do just a really quick eye look. I will take one of these, I will just put it all over my lid, blend it out with a brush, and I will be good to go. Another product that I really wanted to recommend today is the Stila, the Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. So you know when you want to go and apply glitter eyeshadow to your lids, but you don't want to go through the whole process of actually applying glitter eyeshadow, and glitter eyeshadow can sometimes just generally be a pain in the ass. Now these give you the effect of glitter eyeshadow without any of the annoying side effects of using glitter. You apply them to the lid directly with a doe foot applicator, and you get the most beautiful glittery effect. I mean, look at that. There's really not much else to say about them. These 2 are my favorite shades, by the way. The first one is Kitten Karma, which is the pinkier one, and then Diamond Dust is another one of my favorites, and this is like silver with multi-colored glitter in it. It's so cool. Let's talk about the Natasha Denona Crystal Top Coat. I have been so obsessed with these. I was going to do a October favorites this month, but I actually didn't have enough products to talk about, but these were in like my top favorites because I cannot get over how beautiful this product is. Natasha Denona is like stupidly expensive, honestly, so it's really nice to be able to get a bit of a discount during the sales. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm wearing all over my lid, like what that glossy glittery shade is right there, that is actually the gray brown shade in this collection. So to put it very simply, these are basically just glittery glossy top coats. So they are not meant to be very like opaque eyeshadows. Instead, they are just a little bit more sheer, and they have just like a really intense glossy look to them. I mean, obviously, as the name suggests, it like literally makes your lids look wet. And there's also glitter in them, which just makes it even better. I've been wearing it not only with my more dramatic looks like I'm doing today, but I've also been wearing the shades all over my lid on an everyday basis, just literally blended all over the lid with nothing else. If you're wondering what the texture is, they sort of feel like ColourPop eyeshadows if you're familiar with that like cushiony texture, but they're not quite exactly like ColourPop eyeshadows, but it's in like the same realm. It's hard to explain. You would have to feel it for yourself. So for my last two recommendations, they're a little bit random, but I really wanted to give you guys my fragrance recommendation as well as a skincare recommendation that wasn't specific to a certain skin type. So if you're wondering what I smell like, this is it. This is the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Bourbon perfume. For me, it's like fall, winter, holidays in a bottle. I'm really bad at describing scents, so bear with me, but it's a very, very warm and almost spicy scent. Has some like vanilla notes in it, but it's also not like sickly sweet in the slightest. Sexy. That's the word. It's sexy and it's a little bit musky. So if you're ever in Sephora and you have a chance to smell this, please do. Maybe you'll hate it, maybe you'll love it. Okay, so this is like another really, really random recommendation, but I have been obsessed with this product lately. This is the Ole Henriksen Wonderfeel Double Cleanser. So this is basically a cleanser makeup remover, but I use it like purely as my makeup remover. I don't use it just to clean my face. This is probably one of the best makeup removers I have ever used. And this is one of the only products that will truly get rid of waterproof mascara, liquid lipstick, really full coverage foundation, everything that is on my face in like one pass. Yes, I'll still have like a little bit of makeup left over after I use this, but I've never had a product that actually removes my makeup as much as this one does. And I really just love the way that this product feels on my skin. It smells amazing, by the way. It smells very fruity, and it's a very like thick cream, so when I'm applying it, it really feels nice and moisturizing, especially as somebody with dry skin. It just feels really good. My only con is I feel like I'm gonna be going through this fairly quickly, and I just wish it came in a bigger bottle, but you guys, like seriously, the best makeup remover. I can't recommend it enough. So guys, that finishes off all of my recommendations for the Sephora VIB and VIB Rouge sale. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Please let me know what you do plan on picking up from this sale down in the comments. I really, really want to know. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.